get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. This will be taken in at the 1. Nifty move. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
But that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Watch the slant.
Hey, Alpha.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. 49. 49.
Cut. Mike, let's go.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
All day, baby, all day.
Bravo.
49.
Now.
On the draw, it's Harris. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Yes, sir. Woo! That's it, baby. We're going to work.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Let's go.
On the ready. General West.
47.
Hey, orbit.
7's the mic. 47's the mic.
Get it ready.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Hey, exit. 61. Matchbox lights.
45's the mic. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. 45. 45. Mike, 45.
Hey, Haywood.
45. 45's Mike. 45. I got you.
Get it.
On 2nd and 7. Manning. He finds his man Johnson. And he's taken down inside the 30. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line.
Here we go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Ready, set.
27, Mike. Mike, 27. Come on, D.
Come.
They'll run on first down. It's Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
47 is the mic. Rip left, rip left.
Hey, high 7. Go.
On 2nd and 2, Manning. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On the double. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Echo. 49. Fight.
Into the red zone now. Manning. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And that'll make this a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Let's go. Hey, check Mike 21.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Watch the backer, watch the backer. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Come on, D. Hey, check Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Check Mike 21.
Snap comes at 1. Manning. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And Lutz's kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Back to throw, Newton. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense, let's go.
Now a give, right side. It's Taylor. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Gun.
On 2nd and 9, Newton steps away to his left. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, It's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Mike, look at him. Gun.
On 2nd and goal. Newton back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Go.
On first down, Harris. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. These 2 teams all tied after 1. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Smooth. Here we go. Now.
On the delay, here's Harris.
Here we go again.
34 yards there and a first down. Some quarterbacks just seem to have a knack for setting up the draw play, and he did it really well there.
And those guys who can do that well often are very good at play action too. And the beneficiaries, they're running backs and they're wide receivers.
Let's go now.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Hey, wahoo.
Let's go, D.
Go.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Shoot.
From the gun, it's Manning. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, the team
got a man. It's Johnson. End zone for the Patriots touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Mike's 59. Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
That's it, baby.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. No problem there on the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
They have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Mike's 49. Get that quarterback. It all comes. 49. 49's a Mike. 49.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. They gonna need some things.
Bravo. Go.
Shotgun now for Manning. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And to give this time to the tailback. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Great.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt.
Hey, orbit.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Alert, alert. 3 down. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Here we go.
Mike's 49. Mike.
Hey, exit.
Y'all not ready.
49. 49's the Mike. 49's the Mike. Defense wins championships, baby.
What?
49.
5.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
47's the Mike.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Manning. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that there on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Go. Hey, high 7. Deep rip.
This is Harris on the draw. Brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Let's go. 15 line. Hey, Echo.
Here I come.
Manning now on first down. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Check 30.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Put up. Step.
On the ground, it's Harris. Shedding the tackle, that gives him some room. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
90, Wolf. Greystone, Travis. Hey, Charlie. Shoot.
On second down now, it's Harris. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
80 weapon. Hey, Delta. Come. Get ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you get the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Newton on first down. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll try the air now with Newton. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
Adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Go. Hey, do. Hey, go.
Here's another carry for Harris. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Set, ready? 60 or 5.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Coming this way, here we go.
47's the Mike. 47.
Light.
I'm coming.
5.
Working from the gun, Manning. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And we've hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Both sides searching for adjustments. Well, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and now it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Taylor, and that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Six man. Check girls.
Gun.
Throwing on third down, Newton. On the move to his left. He's got a first down of inside of midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Taylor. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this game, has got to be priority one.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. Able to slither by. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
On first down, it's Taylor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
On 3rd down, Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Let's go.
Ready to break.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You. Bravo. Let go. Deep grip.
Again, it's Smith. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
You don't see me. Let it go. Let's go.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Looks good on the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
On 2nd and a yard. Newton being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. The shotgun snap for Newton. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Newton is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. On the draw, this is Smith. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Taylor. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
49. Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Let's go.
Hey, let go.
49. March 49.
What? Get it.
Manning now on 1st down. That's complete to Smith. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down. On 1st down, Manning.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. To throw is Manning. And a catch made by Johnson. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, it's Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now flags come in. Look like one of the Patriots might have moved. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Operating from the gun. Manning gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Manning able to find Harris complete.
We got this.
9 yards that time.
6-6, bullet time.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris. And they're right past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they crossed into Miami territory at the 41. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Stop your whining.
Hey, wahoo!
47's the mic, boy, 47.
A give to Smith out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. New England on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Now Manning. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as as his guys will get the football back. Johnson was the intended receiver.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. Here's Newton. Over the middle, complete. That's Bowman. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On first down, Taylor. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
59. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
20.
Y'all playing the wrong foot.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Newton to throw. It's complete to Grant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. N'Keal Harry, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Mike.
59.
59.
And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling.